All right, so when you're looking at your firearm and the trigger pull, a lot of what goes into
Active shooter drill! Is the active shooter trans? Did you identify their penis?
Now, Sam Hyde is not just a comedian, he's also a boxer, a TV producer, and a childlike innovator. Now, one thing I love about Sam is his comedy, and comedy is a beautiful thing in our great republic. To me, it ultimately represents the First Amendment, challenging our current political norms and customs using humor, and sometimes it can be rather offensive. So if you do get offended, that means they're doing their job. All right, that's all.
MTF or FTM makes a big difference. Reaction time. If they're FTM, they have slower reaction speed.
Yep.
If they're MTF, you might be in trouble.
This is my co-instructor, Sam. Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself, your credentials to the group.
Yeah, I trained Delta Force. Damn. I was one above Delta Force.
What's above Delta
Magnum
Force?
I've been in this for decades. I used to train Delta Force. Used to work with Tim Kennedy, but he's too much of a pussy. I used to teach people on these. This thing's ready to fire. I created Black Rifle Coffee. I just got back from Iraq. You can tell because I'm not following protocol. I'm acting, you know how they do it there. Hello. Is that camera rolling too, the tripod one?
Yeah, that camera's rolling too.
Hello.
Yeah, that camera's going too. Sam, so diving on in.
Using a 2-camera setup. This is extremely professional.
We're trying, dude.
Nice.
We're giving it all we got.
Extreme.
I'm a little bit of a rookie when it comes to the professional interview if we're going like 60-minute style, but I'll give it my best.
Yeah, we're basically like two soldiers that have been dropped into a hot war zone at this point, and we've lost communication with the base.
We've been separated behind enemy lines.
That's what your audience likes to hear, right?
Hey, it's pretty on brand.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I'm pretty stoked to have you out.
Thank you so much.
It's a real honor to have you on.
Well, it's an honor to be here. Administrative results, kick ass. Yeah, best gun channel on YouTube.
What are you gonna do after the war's over, Sam?
I don't know if I can adjust, because with me, I have such a war mindset. Like, I just live in a perpetual state of war. Like, when I wake up, I'm like, war! I want more war! Why is it over? I'm still at war.
Some guys just never come home.
That's me, man. I never came home. Oh! Oh! You take your hands off that future doctor. He's gonna solve nuclear science. Now this is extremely traditional. This is how they would have done it back in the day, correct?
Yeah. Your ears covered?
Kinda. Go ahead. American dog! MGTOW Brotherhood represents, sir. Gladly eschewing the company of women.
If you could go back in time,
I would save George Floyd.
Okay. How would you have saved George Floyd?
I would have gone right up to that white cracker-ass police officer, and I would have said, you take your hands off that young man right now.
That young scholar?
That young scholar. That future doctor. You take your hands off that future doctor. He's gonna solve nuclear science.
Dude, we gotta.
Now, is it lazy if I sit in a chair? I do all my martial arts and my knife work sitting down like Steven Seagal.
Make the enemy come to you.
Make the enemy come to you, exactly. Oh, this thing's hot as a... Looky here. Looky what we have here, Colton. Oh. 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 I didn't even want to shoot him. I just wanted to get him in my sights. I just wanted to let him know that I could.
Who's your favorite comedian you've ever worked with?
That I've ever worked with? Probably, I haven't worked with too many comedians, but I like David Lucas a lot. I got to feature for him on one of his shows in Baltimore. He's a really cool guy, David Lucas.
Yeah, you shouldn't roll up on Kyle Rittenhouse unless you got an APC. That's my guy, and for anybody thinking about doing something crazy to him, he's a one-man army. That's all I can say. So you better be a Navy SEAL level guy if you think about...
Bring a helicopter.
For real.
Obviously my team, Nick Rochefort.
Mitch McConnell's at the space station. You're turning the frogs gay.
Charles Carroll.
Who's gonna clean up the mess? Your family?
Alex Schultz.
It'll be there on Monday after Double XP weekend.
Chris Lynch is funny too. Damiel Bernaldo.
When did you get into the comedy scene?
I started making funny videos in high school in like 2007 or 2003.
Mom,
You're insane.
I have an airstrike inbound.
You're insane, Sam.
There's a new pledge going around, and it's a pledge that I've taken. I've signed to it and sworn to it. It's the pledge to be heterosexual.
When I went out to get a real job, I realized that I wasn't built for that. Couldn't handle it. Never, ever.
I'm applying for the military. I hope I get in. I hope they like my acceptance essay. Why we should bomb
Everyone Else by Sam Hyde.
So that's when I started doing comedy videos, and that was, I mean, I did the $1 Million Extreme. The pilot episode was my thesis project in college in 2007, so I've kind of always just been trying to be funny on video.
Did you do that as like a thesis and they kind of like picked it up, or how did that work?
No, it was a piece of shit. It was just, we used the name later down the road for our troupe.
Maybe we'd call ourselves Cigarette Boat instead of $1 Million Extreme.
MDB never die.
What'd you go to college for?
Film.
Did it pay off, you think?
So college is, it's a big scam, but the reason it would pay off for anybody out there is because of networking. It is where you meet people who are, will change your life and be very important people. So my best friend in college was Nick's cousin, and that's how I got linked up with Nick in the first place. He's been my longest sort of comedy writing partner. If I hadn't gotten linked up with him, none of this would ever, it would have popped off, not at all like this.
I like selling rugs for $2 grand and then smoking cigarettes all over them. And then I ash on them.
That was very important. I think people are the deciding factor whether or not you're successful in life. Whatever you need to do to meet them is probably an important thing to do. If someone else is going to pay for your college and you have a general idea of the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, it might be a good idea, but yeah, people are the most important thing. You can get that online, you can get it dozens of different places, but that's the most important thing that I had from college. I'm your spotter. That's 2 kills. 3 kills, they're all children. What are you doing? You have to stop. Stop this madness. They were just eating rice. Nice work.
What was like the big break in the comedy world where you were starting to like make money? You're like, oh, I could actually do this thing.
I think we were at it for about 10 years. Our stuff has always been so wild that we were never able to monetize. And also our stuff is niche too, so we didn't get a big enough audience to support ourselves via ad revenue. Sorry, I'm sick right now. I have AIDS.
I shook his hand.
Well, don't worry, it's the good kind. It's AIDS OG, automatic, instantaneous, dope-ass swag on God. Anyway, yeah, it took us like 10 years to get to the point where we were able to make a dime doing this. In the early 2010s, I think, you started to have stuff like Patreon come around, and we got that Adult Swim show, which paid really shittily, but helped us become more of a name.
Was that kind of like bona fide? Like, all right, you got your show now.
Yeah, it definitely solidified us as legitimate people, I think. And I don't think it can ever be done again. We really snuck in and subverted cable television and quickly got kicked off after 6 episodes. It put a stamp of legitimacy on our careers.
They're not paying me to keep my mouth shut. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, none of this happened. One Adult Swim executive who shall remain nameless is recording adult women taking...
Get a detail shot. You guys gotta put detail shots in. That's what people wanna see. That's what people wanna see, the close-up detail shots. Sota, hi ho, That's what a man would have faced during World War II. That's what an average American would have faced during World War II, okay? American dog, die! That's what it would have looked like and felt in 1945, crossing over into Okinawa from the boats and seeing your first beautiful, gorgeous Japanese woman. And she's hiding one of these under her kimono, guys. Okay? Never trust the
women.
Never ever. Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Does this thing shoot BBs? What's it even shoot? What caliber is this? Oh, I know. 717? Yeah. I used to use these in the Army.
Yeah, so Sam's referencing the staccato here. Now, so what Sam's demonstrating to you right now.
Still.
Now, what Sam is demonstrating right now.
Extremely still.
Is
I'm not good at this.
Sam is demonstrating the potential power of a 9mm round. Okay. Now, another option you can hit is the pelvic girdle.
Pelvic girdle is going to be right about. Hold on a second. Right about down here is the pelvic girdle, guys.
So there's the pelvic girdle for you.
You're going to want to aim right here to the pelvic girdle, and that's going to disabilitate the perp immediately. Okay.
So yeah, they're going to drop to the ground. Their mobility is going to be kaput.
I'll do lighting.
So like when you shoot the pelvis, does it chip the bone? If you shot a skinny person, it would be like shooting folding chairs or something.
You can hear the bones rattling around like pretzel sticks when you shoot skinny people.
Stand by.
I prefer to run without that thing. The crab legs.
Not a big bipod guy.
I don't use the crab legs in combat. I find it slows me down. A bunch of Israeli insurgents They're enemies. They're not the good kind. Trust me. I protect the good kind of Israelis, but when they're Israeli insurgents, they gotta get that ass slapped. Slapped to that ass. You gotta edit in the ping sound effect so it sounds like I'm hitting each time, okay?
Yep.
No. Yeah. I remember these back from grade school. These things hit pretty good. It's pretty sweet.
I gotta ask the story behind your TED Talk. How'd you sneak into that?
I emailed the guy and said that I was a Somalian war photographer and I had been going around Somalia photographing these women who were making a difference by cleaning up trash, and they called themselves like the Al-Ham Babjamba Trash Brigade or something.
He recently returned from Mogadishu, the most dangerous city on earth, where he shadowed the heroic El Mahmoud women on their quest to clean up the streets and restore humanity to their war-torn country. I present to you Sam Hyde, 2070 Paradigm Shift.
So the idea that women were fixing Somalia by picking up litter is the story that I emailed the guy
That
with.
was your Trojan horse to get
Yeah,
in?
and he just let me in wearing medieval armor.
9/11, September 11th. And we're gonna use some reverence here and not be silly about this, but look at what they accomplished with no weapons and just 11 guys who didn't even speak English. And that proves that sometimes great ideas are actually horrible ideas.
Speaking of Patreon, I got a question from the Patreon. Dimon Corso, what was the, oh, sorry, wrong guy. He was asking about the Ghost of Kiev, but that clearly a different guy.
I don't know who that is.
Sam Hyde, for the record, is not a Ukrainian fighter ace. He is, once again, a comedian.
Ian David Bergman asked, do you think there's a better platform out there for content outside of YouTube?
It depends on the type of content that you're trying to make. I think that if you're on YouTube, you are going to be kind of at the mercy of what the algorithm promotes. The further you stray from Mr. Beast style content, the more you're going to have to finesse getting a loyal audience that will follow you anywhere and pay attention to you no matter what type of stuff you're making. YouTube is still a pretty effective way of getting your...
I get hit up all the time, like, why aren't you on Rumble? And it's like, I have a Rumble, but I think no one's just ever on it.
Yeah, I don't know how many people use Rumble.
Yeah. It's just really hard to beat the YouTube platform.
Yeah, I agree.
One more from the Patreon, from Jackson Triggs. He says, how many hobos have you bricked, and what was one of the most satisfying?
Bricked. One lady in LA chased after our car screaming. Her clothes were like barely covering her body, so it was this kind of like tribal, it's like something out of Ace Ventura 2. This big lady like thundering towards us screaming. Yeah, man, homeless people need to be taken care of though somehow.
If only there was a way. How is the quest to get on Joe Rogan going?
We're working on it. We're getting closer every day. Yeah, I'm training jujitsu. I'm drinking my green juice.
Have you picked up archery?
You know what Cameo is?
Yeah.
I spent thousands on Cameo having people try to get me on Joe Rogan. Like, you know how it's like shout out from Liz to Benny. I made it Joe Rogan, like the name's pronounced Joe Rogan. So there's a video of Michael Rappaport going, Joe Rogan, or whatever kind of fucking name that is. You need to get Sam on your show. Like, not realizing they're saying Joe Rogan. There's one of Floyd Mayweather. We said it was a different Joe Rogan. So Floyd Mayweather goes, Joe Rogan. No, not the UFC Joe Rogan, the other Joe Rogan.
The Joe Rogan that we know. Joe Rogan, you owe Sam money.
You need to get Sam on your show. You owe Sam his money.
I'm talking to that old school Joe Rogan, the one that me and Floyd know from way back in the day.
We gotta get on there. Need that bump. Bing bong. Joe, I'm at your door knocking, baby. Delta Force operator tryouts, guys. Here we go. A little fun competition for the boys.
For the boys.
Us master level instructors, we're good to go. But you juniors, the pigeons, you guys can get started.
This is tryouts. If you lose, the winner gets to execute you. Charles, you're up first. Gonna go 1 round for the headshot. See if you can get it from here. Let's try it.
And you get the golden gun from N64 GoldenEye.
Christopher Lee's gun.
I'll spot you. Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, so the goal, that was pretty good, Charles. The goal, there's a little credit card cut out in like the face. That's your goal. Okay. All right, who can do better than Charles?
The face.
Go for the eyes.
I'll go for the eyes. So you're saying higher up?
A little bit higher, yeah.
A little bit higher there. Okay. I get you. Guys, I'm the range master today. Did I get the thing?
You're in there.
A little too high?
You're in there.
Okay.
You got a line break.
From the hip. Yep.
Nope. Shot his other tooth out.
Dang.
Nope.
This is David Goggins' personal trainer.
It's Juneteenth, should I go?
This is
like
who trains
Yeah, you could do that.
David Goggins right here.
In honor of Juneteenth.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
David Goggins shoots sideways too.
Man, this is hard. No wonder they missed.
Because he's.
Oh!
Ew!
That was the best one yet!
Happy Juneteenth.
Damn!
Dang, dude! Hey, is that guy an assassin?
Yeah.
God
There we go.
dang.
Chrissy?
Chris, you're up, baby.
Chrissy Lynch?
Oh, it's a laser.
Yeah, it's a laser beam.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
He's in it.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it.
Wait. It's not that hard to shoot someone in the head. No.
That's everybody, right?
Hit it.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, you gotta go.
Oh, no! It was bad.
Oh, you were trying to impress by showing off how fast you could do it there.
All right, all right.
You were trying to be quick with it.
I was trying to be quick with the blicky. Dude. I was trying to be quick with the blicky.
Yeah.
Who's the winner?
Schultz is probably the most in there.
Yeah.
And he did it sideways too.
We gotta give it to Alex. I think Alex
Yeah.
won.
What, you ain't know?
He's going to great lengths to like break his system down and like systematize and make it all clean and everything. It's all like this.
So when we're breaking down the target, all right, say any weapon you have is a weapon you're gonna be using in a non-permissive environment. So when you're getting on that gun, all right, and you're breaking it down into your workspace. This is your workspace right here.
That's my table. That's where I work.
That's your table. That's your work, right? You get all your work done here.
That's where I do crafting.
This is called your workspace.
Okay. All right.
This is your workspace. Okay.
What do you have to do? We have to assess what's going on around you, okay? Get one of those going. You can quickly scan your surroundings in case there's a threat coming upon your 6, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, wherever it may be.
So they'll dump the clip into the target. Bang, 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 bang. And then they'll do this. They'll go, clear! Have you seen that?
No, I don't ever want to see that.
No.
That's like Pete Gun Guy
That's
humor.
very good, yeah. You should get facial reconstructive surgery to look more like him too. That'd be funny.
That'd be pretty good.
His name was released as Sam Hyde.
Next, there's Samir Al-Hajid.
I gotta ask, I'm sure you've been asked a bunch, but the alter ego Sam, what are the origins?
What's the alter ego's what, the shooter meme?
Yeah, the shooter meme, the ghost of Kiev.
Well, now I will have you know, I never promoted this myself, but I believe the first person to get it on the news was Frank Hassel. Have you seen Frank Hassel?
I don't think I've seen Frank Hassel.
You should look up Frank Hassel.
Come on, you, what's the deal? Where's the gun at, you fat
I'm gonna fire a warning shot.
Fire it now. Fire the warning shot now.
But I think he was the first person to get it on the news after that Atlanta news shooting thing. Pretty sure he said, yeah, he was on gaming a lot, playing Counter-Strike, and he was gaming with a guy named Sam Hyde who told him to do the shooting.
I love the picture that they show of you, because it's kind of like baked enough to where it does look like crazy enough.
Yeah, they do. The Photoshops they do are really funny.
Would you have any advice? Because it's like, I have a lot of demographic of younger guys, you know, kind of starting out their journey into adulthood. Like, what would be like your advice for these guys for like a more successful life?
For memers or for regular people?
In general, like memers,
for memers, I would say
people.
start meming more on the fitness side of things. Like you find Schizo Lifter.
Based.
Go find Schizo Lifter, Dark Iron Gains, meme with those guys. Get some lifting memes going.
I'm happy you said that.
Yeah.
One thing I stress a lot, because it's like in the firearms world, guys can kind of get obsessed with like guns themselves and like this idea of like surviving an apocalypse. But it's like, dude, you're not really working out whatsoever.
The apocalypse survival scenario is not going to happen either.
No, it's not.
I hate to tell you, this country is going to slowly but surely continue to slide downwards, and there will be no definite moment where you say this is the time to take up arms. That's not going to happen. It's just going to look more and more like Brazil. The more money you have, the more you're able to isolate yourself from problems, the better you'll fare. But there's not going to be any point where like you're going to need that zombie sticker on your Jeep. It's not happening.
I hate the zombie stickers on Jeeps.
Zombie apocalypse survivor preparedness
Zombie
expert.
response team.
Yeah.
God, dude, this is my least favorite thing I've ever seen. Like, I like to try and bully those guys wherever I can. Hey, if you have that sticker on your Jeep.
What kind of Jeep do you have, by the way? Do you have a Jeep?
I don't drive a Jeep.
What do you
dude.
drive?
Am I gay?
What do you drive?
I drive a truck, man, a Silverado.
That's good.
I got a Hilux, which is kind of gay, but I thought it was cool.
Hilux is cool.
Yeah.
You're a Whistling Diesel fan?
I always went on Hilux before he did it, and then he did it, and everyone's like, "Oh, you watch Whistling Diesel do the Hilux video?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen it."
Yeah. But you knew about Hiluxes before the video.
I knew about it before it was cool, dude.
Yeah.
God. Can't win. Yeah, you can't win sometimes. You can't win. But I was gonna say, like, a lot of guys in the gun space, they obsess over like, what barrel length should I get? What gear should I run? It's like, dog, you don't work out.
Yeah, you gotta work out.
I do kickers, I do fucking twisters.
I truly think that's like the bar to be a semi-high performing dude is so low now, considering all dudes are just like.
Well, listen, that's one thing. Am I out of frame on the A cam if I lean back this far, Colton?
Just a little shoulder out.
A little shoulder out? Yeah, let's lean it up, brother.
Yeah, let's lean it up, bro.
Yeah, let's kick
it's
it out.
Nice. I see why you do it, dude.
Yeah,
that's good.
One of the things that's good nowadays, because we live in this age of dwindling vitality, is that you really don't have to do much to excel. All you have to do is really like the bare minimum, just do the bare minimum for 10 years and you'll be fine. Like you'll have whatever it is that you think you'll have at the end of that. And any effort that you can put in beyond that, the better. But you're competing with people who are on fentanyl, basically. You're competing with people that take downers recreationally and like are addicted to porn. So it's really not that hard. It won't be that hard to excel in 10 years. If you're a young guy and you feel like the world is closing in and becoming a darker place, just know that it's always felt that way. And you're in an age right now where if you can put in a little bit of effort and more importantly be consistent about it and not fall prey to any of the variety of hazards that are out there, you'll be fine. And not only that, but you'll probably excel.
It's pretty on point, dude. No counter argument.
Just two guys leaned back right now.
Just two guys leaning.
Couldn't be happier. All right, now Coach Aaron's gonna demonstrate what it would look like to die from a headshot wound, okay? Oh! That's what you wanna see up close and personal. Gorgeous death, die for me. Worship me, then die for me. Worship me, then die for me. You weren't worshiping me right now, you'll die for me. Now you're gonna die for me. I wanted you. Now I'll show you how to die for me.
Is that typical conduct from an actor on a movie set?
No. See, it's that easy.
Excellent example of what needs to be accomplished in a life or death situation. Any questions?
If you get a bullet in the brain and you live long enough to kill,
yes.
You can survive to kill if you get a bullet in the brain lodged a little bit.
What happens is your body will naturally unlock ultra instinct when you see skin that's darker than yours, and you'll leap into action. Can I demonstrate some point blank tactical stuff?
Please, Sam. Please demonstrate to the group. Sam Pull Hyde Dynamics, Art of the Defensive Handgun. Yeah, pull the trigger, drop the hammer.
Oh, I see. So it's one of those, yeah. These are a civilian model. In the Army, they give us more advanced stuff, so I'm used to those. All right, you want to see how I do it tactically?
Yeah.
Are you too close? You're good, right?
I'm good, yeah.
All right.
Beep. That's pretty good. Personally, I prefer the Italian method. So the Italian method is a little bit more proactive with your approaches.
Yep.
So you were going with a single, one arm retention, rapid fire. Now, if you employ your second hand, really get in there, you can go a lot faster.
You can fill the groin with lead.
You can absolutely pump the groin
Perfect.
Full of lead.
Perfect. That was beautiful.
It's a little bit of a different method.
The Italian police do that.
The Italian police on occasion.
The Carabinieri. Is that how you, are the Italian police Carabinieri? How do you say it? Will you look it up?
The Carabinieri, who have a more military organization similar to that of the French Gendarmerie or the Spanish Guardia Civil.
The Vatican police, they're the most highly trained fighting force in the world.
Better than Magnum Force?
The Vatican has their own police force, better than Magnum Force, yeah. Better equipment, better training. The Vatican police, trust me, look it up. Who's your favorite gun tuber? Are you a Hickok 45 fan?
Hickok's classic. I think it would be Dugan Ashley Carnicon. He was around for a bit. Then
Is he dead?
No, he's still around. He's like an OG.
Does he have an illness?
He has an illness.
Poor guy, yeah, pray for that guy, hope he's okay. Dugan.
Dugan Ashley Carnicon, man.
Dugan.
That was like peak gun too.
That was peak.
It all went downhill. Like with guys like
that
me,
was the shit.
Downhill. So that's when it was like the golden era.
That is the golden era.
That's when life was good.
You gotta appreciate when you're living through a golden era, guys. You gotta appreciate it, okay? Just take time to burn it into your memory and really understand that you're experiencing the golden times. All right, they don't last forever.
Well, it's hot. Can we get
hot.
out of here?
It's heated. Yeah, we can hop out of here. I'm satisfied with the work we achieved today.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Where can I find you?
At SNL or Twitter at Wigger. YouTube, Sam and Nick's Perfect Clips. Love y'all. Peace.
Godspeed.
Now, if your neighborhood has an Indian problem, I'm going to show you the top way to deal.